This is a story of a political decision by the Government of Canada that resulted in a ruthless land grab. On March 2, 1972, the federal and Ontario governments jointly announced plans for a second Toronto International Airport and the new town of Cedarwood in Pickering Township. Then came an avalanche of protests from everywhere. In October, expropriation notices went out. People lost land that had been in the family for generations. Others took the money and ran. Others held their ground and fought. The battle lasted 3.5 years. People or planes used every weapon in their arsenal, from leak reports to legal briefs to street theater.
Just a mile north of here, we ran an Earth Days festival one year. We had just an incredible gathering and a lot of positive energy to try to will this airport to kind of see some common sense and stop their blind, full-ahead progress at the cost of intellect.
The next day, Ann Howes, Francis Moore, and Brenda Davies take up residence in Ernie Crothers' boarded-up house and defy the bulldozers.
I didn't know those women well, but they had fantastic energy and spirit. And I think that symbolically that was one of the big stands.
Within an hour of the announcement, the padlock gates to the site are opened by security guards, and anti-airport campaigners drive through from all directions, honking horns. That evening, 200 POP troops squeeze into 2 rooms in the farmhouse to cheer on their conquering general, Dr. Charles Godfrey. 3 years, 7 months, and 25 days after they began the fight, POP members have a victory party.
Oh, we had a great party that night.
We had a goddamn good time. Even if we lost, which we didn't, even if we lost, we still would have counted a great adventure, and that's the way we looked at it.
Essentially got canceled, but we did get expropriated. We're standing on federal land now. They own this property, and you know, the bureaucrats are still there saying, well, we'll get that airport in yet.
For the next 20 years, Transport Canada continued to quietly plan an airport. In July 1998, a small article appeared in the Toronto Star announcing the federal government's intention to declare the Pickering lands as an airport site. It was met with immediate opposition.
The sheer size of the rally caught them off guard. You know, when we showed up with the placards and stuff, we were assembled across the street at the Hub Plaza and marched across.
The Greater Toronto Airports Authority has presented a business case that just doesn't fly.
They're fixing me in 60 days. They're giving me 60 days to move everything I own. It's my life invested.
We found out that there's nothing deadly or toxic about the situations that they're in, and that a lot of these situations are frankly fabricated. If they're not fabricated, then somebody made egregious errors to come to the conclusions that they did.
We have 2 nuclear plants in the region. Why not balance that and offset it by being a leading-edge developer of wind power? Develop a technology that leads us through the 21st century rather than looking at a 20th century technology. The feds had no interest, right? You know, from day one, they look at you as though, you know, you're some sort of alien. This is an airport site. What are you talking about?